Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Phantasy Calradia. Now, when we left off, we had just taken Bardak Castle, and just as I was waiting in anticipation for the Lich King's response to our request that Bardak Castle be awarded to us, we have 3 Saranid vassals attempting to capture it back from us. So, we are going to be waiting here for some time, and they are probably going to be... Okay, so I really didn't need to start recording just yet. Okay, well, seeing as we are, we may as well continue onward. And, thankfully he didn't give that to someone else. He's giving Bardak potentially to us, I hope he is. And I have just received our first wages for the week after we took Barriyi, and I received 10,000 dinars, so I was incredibly pleased with that is for sure. And I've read many of your comments, and actually specifically one of your comments stood out as you are part of the development team for this mod. So yes, hello, that is an amazing mod you're making here. So yes, as I was saying, you mentioned in your comment that the elven units apparently have some very high quality textures or polygons in their armor, and that is the reason for our FPS drops whenever we load into a battlefield. So I have now remedied that, I hope, by giving the elven units to Barriyi's garrison, so hopefully that will then solve the issue. So thank you very much for that. And a couple of you have also stated that you want us to go to war against the Bleeding Throat clan, and I think that is probably going to be a good idea. I just have to be very cautious of the vassals in question, because as we know, they are particularly vicious and ferocious in combat, as they are orcs after all, and I'm losing units. That is not too good, is it? No, that is not good whatsoever. So I think what we may attempt to do is head to Barriyi, and I'll put some units in the garrison there. I'm not entirely confident that the Lich King is going to be awarding Bardak to us, so otherwise I would put units in here. So yes, I will be cutting away, and until the Lich King has a decision, I will not cut back until he has. Okay, so here we are once again. We have the Lich King being rather kind to us, I must admit. We are going to be accepting the honor of Bardak Castle, and we still have a morale issue, even though I did stop off at Barriyi and placed some units in the garrison, but thankfully now we can actually do this here. Now, I won't be doing any of my units because they are rather nice, and I would like to, well, let's just say, head to the nearby village if possible and recruit a couple of units from there. No, because we looted that. Yes, we do need to be a little cautious of that, and we don't have any food? I had no idea. Oh no. That might be the reason we're having a few morale issues. Well, never mind. We are going to be recruiting a couple of Saranids, even though Saranids really aren't the greatest units in this particular mod because the other factions' units are so good. And I suppose as a result of that, I am going to be attempting to recruit some Calradians. Oh my, 10 Calradian militia already? Wow, that's very nice indeed. Okay, well, let's buy some bread and fruit. Only 3 pieces of food there. Not entirely pleased with that, that is for sure. But I think you may notice something different about Arkane, and that is the fact that we found a Dreadhood. Now, I found this at the home base when I was looking around to make sure that all of our units were in their right places. And yes, so I found the Dreadhood, and wow, he's got a very diminished army for some reason. Usually they have around 400 units, but he only has 163. That is a little strange, I must admit. Okay, well, never mind. Now, I think what I will do is I'm actually going to take a couple of skeletons out here, because if you recall, we fought at Bardak Castle against the Saranids, and they had a rather sufficient garrison, and I raised 27 of them back as skeletons. So yes, we did have that, I suppose, on our side, which is quite nice. So let's place those in there, and yeah, this really isn't the best defense ever, is it, for Bardak Castle, but I think it is the best I can do for now, and hopefully it will ward off the weaker vassals, I suppose, that may potentially pop their heads up. And I suppose for now, we will be... Oh, whoa, that was close. I thought that fellow had 148, but he only has 14, with 8 prisoners. Well, let us move closer to the Bleeding Throat clans. Oh my. That is very easy to take indeed. Maybe we could take Amurad? It would be wonderful if we could take this. 167 only. That's not bad. Should we do that? I would like to do that. Let's try it, shall we? I am a little skeptical whether we'll be able to pull this off, but I think 167 units and a ladder town will definitely be very, well, potentially good, considering we are losing troops continuously. And as you can see here, oh, unfortunately the rents and tariffs from Barry have gone incredibly down, because, believe it or not, the previous week we received, I believe, 9.3k dinars from the tariffs there. That is a little unfortunate. I think it's because the prosperity has gone down over all of the sieges that it has undergone, so a little unfortunate, isn't it? But we are gaining money, and that is all that matters, I suppose. So, without further ado, we will be leading our soldiers in an assault. I'm not sure whether it should say soldiers or whether it should say mages, because that is pretty much what I'm relying on here. Let us hope that we are able to do... Okay, well, that seems pretty good, I must admit. Well, let's try to get to the front of the line before our units are able to get up there, because I would really like to get a couple of kills, perhaps. And, oh my goodness, a lot of spell effects going on at the moment, so you can probably assume that I will be suffering a couple of frame rate issues, but nevertheless, we are going to be slaughtering the lot of them, hopefully. Yes, I just thought I'd put on the hopefully there. You never know what can happen, and oh my. What was that? Who shot me? There's no archers up here. What was that about? Okay, well, never mind. Let's get our mages up here, and we will hopefully be able to... Oh, here we go. Okay, this is a good time to use our flame arrow spell. Yeah, there we go. We actually got a couple of kills. That's not too bad. Okay, come on. Yeah, nice headshot right there. And we have advanced. Oh, actually, yes, we have advanced to level 7, and Frudak has also advanced to level 4, so that's always nice. And I neglected to use my scroll of lightning bolt, so I do need to do that in just a moment once we leave here. And 16 renown and 52 morale. Well, that is entirely worth it just for the morale alone. And there we are. 167 total casualties, of course, and we are now able to take a couple of units. Not sure whether they're very useful, to be honest, but maybe if we can find a quick ransom broker, then they will be, but maybe not at the moment. Oh, okay, so this armored warg, that is going to be very nice once our wound treatment does its job. Hopefully it will. And I'm thinking, considering you guys told me in the comments on the previous episode that once you use spells, you only have 4 slots available total in the game, and if you use the spells, then that's the 5th slot, and it's all rather crazy. But I think I'll probably be removing these throwing daggers, because whenever you ever see me use them, never. So yeah, I think we're probably going to be changing this military hammer for this cleaver, because if you recall, I was a huge fan of the cleaver weapons with King Barney in the original series of Native. And this war cleaver might help out one of our two-handed users. I know Frudak already has a war cleaver of sorts, so I don't think he really needs anything like that. And maybe a shield such as this would help us out quite a bit. However, the size is only 79. We will take that and give it to our companions perhaps, because I don't know whether this is really worth it, because it has no resistance. But we'll take 2 of them. Why not? Yeah, that seems fine. Oh, yes, and we will be requesting that Amurad be awarded to us. That is for sure. It is a town, after all. And Quiona has advanced to level 2, so that's good. We are getting on our way here, and hoping that our companions will evolve into some very deadly units indeed. So, yes, we have advanced to level 7, and we need 8 strength to be able to wear these boots, so hopefully we'll be able to do that in just a moment. I do need to learn this lightning bolt spell as well as missile storm, one of them at least, and I suppose we'll sell the rest of these things here. Not these two, though, because I would like to give those to our companions, perhaps. Okay, we'll sell that and that. Okay, that seems fine. That's a two-handed. I'm not entirely sure whether any other companions can use two-handed, so we do need to check on that. But first, before I forget, we will now be copying a scroll to spellbook. A lightning bolt, thank you very much. And... oh, we can't use the missile storm one? Do I already have that? Huh. That is a little strange. Not entirely sure why I can't use that. Maybe it's because I don't have enough intelligence. That might be a reason. Or I am being a little foolish here and I am missing something completely obvious, which is maybe the case. Yeah, it might be. And yes, there we are. I think that's fine. Ymira can be out there. And we raise 26 skeletons from the remains of our enemies, which is always a nice thing to garrison our town with, and we are lucky enough to find a ransom broker. Oh yes. So I want to, yes, sell prisoners, thank you. Okay, 160 each for those. 160 each for those as well. Wow. Okay, very nice. And Quiona, Frudak, and Arkane have all leveled up. And we have some greater mercenary mages here. I believe we will be taking these. Mages are always a valuable commodity after all, and let's now make sure that all of our companions have leveled up in their best way possible. So, let's see. Well, I think we all know what I'm going to be doing here. Let's do some strength, why not? I think we probably need to get her power strike up a little bit. She has some very low weapon proficiencies as well. Oh no. Well, her magic defense is incredible. And spotting's not bad, and tracking is okay as well. We'll just go for some iron flesh because really, she only has 45 HP. She really doesn't need it. So let's go for some one-handed weapons. I'm surprised she even got a kill, to be honest, because if we... yeah, she has some pretty terrible weapons. Well, they're not that bad if you spec into stealth a lot, but it would be nice if she could use one of these. Well, I will give her a shield anyway, because that will help her out anyway, so... yeah. And then I suppose I can give her these. It really doesn't suit her, does it? Yeah, not particularly. So I think maybe these could go to someone that needs them more. Maybe Ymira? Oh no, I want you to become a mage. Oh my goodness, no, 5,000 she needs. Okay, well, yes, no, we will not be doing that just yet, but I'm hoping that she can wear these. Yes, there we go, okay. I want her to survive as much as possible, of course. And Saranid sword? We could give her a military cleaver instead, it is much better. And she doesn't have a lot in riding either, but she has a pretty good shield, so we don't need to worry about her at all. And now we can talk to Frudak. He will become our most excellent warrior indeed. Let us hope anyway. I have a feeling that Frudak is going to be an absolute beast once he gains a couple of levels. And hide boots he's only wearing. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we're going to be giving him the boots that I was going to be wearing, because really 9 more armor for me is really not going to make too much difference if I get focused by anything. So yes, I will not be worrying about that just yet. Now, he is using a war cleaver, which is the same as that right there. Now, I'm wondering, should I give him a one-handed and shield? Or should he just concentrate on war cleaving? I think war cleaving would be rather suitable for him, so let's just do that, and he can't use that, of course. So, yeah. I would like everyone maybe to ride a warg. That would be quite cool, all of our companions riding wargs. So, yes, we'll try and figure that out at a later time. And we will now move on. Now, I did say I was going to advance my strength to wear those boots, but as I gave those to Frudak, we will be increasing our intelligence instead, and going for necromancy and magic power, considering we are going to be using a lot of lightning bolts now. So I think that will be the best way to go, and we'll increase our throwing skill, of course. And there we are. So I think... Now, can I pose a question here? Does power throw add damage to your spells? Somehow I doubt it, because magic power surely would increase that. But maybe power throw would increase the accuracy at which you use them. So, yeah, by all means, leave a comment about that. That would be wonderful. And there we are. Okay, so we are now going to be heading into Amarad's garrison, because I am more confident now that he will award this to us. We'll give the garrison 26 skeletons at the moment, just to have as a preliminary, because of course we are going to start losing quite a bit of morale. So I will be waiting here for some time while we cut away. Oh my, there is a very persistent Saranid vassal here. Now there is quite an important reason why he is here, and that is that the Saranids have declared war against the Delthasum Empire, and we are lucky enough to have made peace with the Order of the Blazing Hand, so we don't need to worry about them anymore, thank goodness. Whoa, the Delthasum Empire flag is very nice indeed. I like that a lot, considering it is mainly undeads. But yes, as you saw there was a Saranid vassal around here, and he was incredibly persistent. And, oh no, that I believe is the same fellow, so he is headed to Bardak Castle, and I think we're probably going to be heading over there as quickly as we can. Hopefully we'll be able to get there in time to defend, and I have nothing to eat. Wonderful. There doesn't seem to be too much food at these places. But let us hope that we can track this guy down and fight him. Now, this is the first time we have been able to get into a field battle in quite a while, so let us hope that I have not forgotten how to ride a mount. Now, of course, this is the first time also that we are seeing our warg in combat. So, oh my. Look at that guy. He's very friendly, isn't he? Look at him grinning. Oh, yes. And yeah, don't mind the scary-looking guy riding him. Yes. He is nothing to worry about at all. Okay. Well, let us make sure that our archers and mages are in a great position. I don't even know whether we have any archers, to be honest. We basically only have mages. So let's make sure, first off, that our infantry is not running to their doom, and instead is protecting our mages with their lives. Oh, yes. That seems like a good idea. Okay, so this is where I would potentially like to get off my warg and throw some lightning bolts, and maybe I will do that, because we can throw some lightning bolts and then get back on our horse. So let's do that. Okay, we only have enough magic for 4 lightning bolts by the looks of things, so yeah, I do need to be a little cautious of that. Now, if I hit, oh my goodness, that was a hit from all the way over there. Okay, well, that's not bad at all if I do say so myself. Unfortunately, it doesn't give me a shot difficulty multiplier or anything like that, so yeah, a little unfortunate there, but I am dealing a little bit of damage, and oh my, there goes all of our mages firing away there. And so we are going to be getting on our mount, and I believe my shield has obviously disappeared again, so yeah, not to worry. We are hopefully going to be completely fine here, and I will not need it. Oh yes, this cleaver is basically returning home for me right now. It is amazing to use, very, very enjoyable. And, oh, let's just make sure their mages die. Oh, no. Let's get them and take them down. There we are. Oh, yes, there we are. And we have advanced to level 8. That is great. And I will rhyme for some reason. Oh, yes. Okay, well, there appears to be only one. Okay. Never mind. It appears they are completely getting decimated right here. And who is this? A mummy priest. He is currently throwing some very scary-sounding spells at our enemies. I suppose that is the point. He is an undead, after all. He has to use fear to his advantage. So, there we are. Very nice, and morale is our friend once again. And, oh, it appears they only have 1 unit remaining. So, I will see you in just a moment. Okay, so there we are. We have thwarted the Saranid horseman's efforts in attempting to take us down, and we are probably going to be taking this guy prisoner. I think our orders, or our direction for this particular necromancer fellow, will be to take a lot of prisoners, and especially vassals. So yeah, let's hope that that actually works out. And oh, we've been given another lame horse, so hopefully one of our companions has wound treatment. Not entirely sure on that, actually, so we might need to check on that. And let's just take a couple of pieces of loot. And there we are. Ooh, Umi has advanced to a level 2. So that's nice. We'll get a couple of more of these guys leveled up as well. And yes, I'm just hoping that all of our companions will eventually become forces to be reckoned with, I suppose, because at the moment they're not necessarily the most useful, but I can only imagine what they will be like once they have leveled up a little bit. So there we are. Now we can level up Arkane once again, which is good. And I think for this, we might start speccing into strength. Because from what I can tell, from a while ago, one of you told me that you need 8 in Iron Flesh. I know, 8 in Iron Flesh to be able to summon shadows. So, yes, this is not too pleasing to me, that is for sure. So we're going to need quite a lot of strength, and we might need to be like level 40 or something. Level 30 maybe, to be able to have the amount of points that we need for that. So we'll need to work that out at a later point as well, and let's just see what we can get here. I'd like to get some more prisoner management, to be honest, but pathfinding is calling to me, because I do like to be fast on the map. So I think we're going to be doing that. And there we are. And we will now move on. Bardak Castle is completely fine, and I think as a result of us having quite a few issues right here, as you can see, we've just been ordered to report to Lord Arlstug. And yes, I think because of this, we are going to be ending this episode off here. And next time on Phantasy Calradia, I will have hopefully recruited from all of our villages right here. And oh my, the Bleeding Throat clan took the Cuba. Well, we will see about that, won't we? Oh yes. So yes, as I was saying, we will be recruiting from all of these villages, and hopefully Amarad, Bardak and Barayi will all be completely safe. And speaking of Amarad, they have not awarded this to us just yet, but of course I will do that off screen, and hopefully the Lich King will see fit to award it to us. So I thank you for watching and all of your very helpful comments, and I will see you next time.